Cousin Internet. It's me, Cousin Todd, with Mama's Comedy Show. And with me is Cousin Kenny.
Hello.
Hi, Kenny.
Hi.
How are
Todd.
you?
I'm good. Can we hear? Is the mic picking up that sound?
I don't, because we have music playing under us right now. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's be real quiet and maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit.
We'll just have to talk a little bit louder than normal.
Well, just right before we recorded started recording the podcast, John, our tech, blew up every speaker in the room while doing his check. He is a tech.
Mm-hmm.
He just isn't very
not
good
a very
at it.
good
Yeah,
one.
he's not
yeah,
good at it.
but he is one.
Those speakers are still making sounds like they're going to explode.
Yeah.
Happy New Year to you.
You too. Happy New Year as well.
John, did you figure it out?
I think he's working on it.
He's just running. Why is he running?
I don't know. He's slowly sauntering.
This is your first podcast of the new year?
No, I was here 2 weeks ago.
What was that 2020?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I think
yeah.
I did. Well, hang on. Let me look it up.
While
I've
you're
got
looking it up, I will tell everyone that I think you were here 2 weeks ago.
Let's see.
And I think you gave your New Year's resolution. Your New Year's resolution was you didn't want to be Chunk anymore.
That's true.
From the Goonies. You wanted to be your own man.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Last time I did a podcast, it was 14 days ago.
So that was 2020.
Yeah.
So for those of you who have
my
never...
second of the new year.
Those of you who have never been to the actual live show of Mama's, we have our photos up on stage for the players who are in each night. And for the longest time, we didn't have Kenny's photo. So I think, did John do it? John did it, right?
Probably. That sounds like something he would do.
John printed out a picture of Chunk from Goonies and put it on stage for Kenny. And it was, how long has that been up here?
It's been up there for at least 6 months, probably longer, though.
Yeah, I think it was longer.
And it honestly, I can't get mad because I looked exactly like Chunk when I was a kid.
Well, and Cody, when Cody's here, Cody just has a stick figure head drawn on inside a frame for his picture. But how was your week?
It was good. I've been exercising a lot lately.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did you see the post about the burpees?
Oh, yeah.
I actually did 20 burpees.
Nice.
Like, not in a row, but I did it.
Yeah? Are you doing this at home? Are you doing it in a gym?
I'm doing it at work.
Okay.
The break space we're in actually has a gym that we get to use.
You know what you should do?
What?
Piss-ups.
What are piss-ups?
Every time you have to go pee,
which is a lot because I'm
you
drinking
do
so much
20
water.
push-ups before you pee. Just do them right outside the door, the bathroom door.
Right,
Don't do it in the bathroom because people...
Right before I pee?
Yeah. Before you pee, when you have that urge of, I have to pee, you do 20 push-ups, and then you go to the bathroom.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I have a feeling you just made that up.
Piss-ups.
Piss-ups?
Yeah, piss-ups.
Okay.
You can do it.
Maybe I'll give it a shot.
If you get the more people you get involved, the easier it is.
Okay.
I've been working out a lot too.
Because you're doing the Camp Gladiator stuff.
Yeah, I've been
quite a
doing
bit.
that for a while, but I really have been pushing myself. The hard part is I've been doing a super restricted diet over this entire past week, and I'm doing it all of next week as well.
Okay.
And it is terrible. It's the worst thing in the world because
Really?
because I'm hungry.
What's the diet?
I'm getting meals from online, a trainer food website, and it's basically a protein and a vegetable. There's no carbs in it. For breakfast, I do make a couple of eggs, and then I use a little bit of egg white to mix in with it, and then either some avocado or I had a piece of sausage yesterday morning. But that's the breakfast, and then the lunch is something along the lines of chicken breast and mixed vegetables. Okay. And then the dinner is something along the lines of, like tonight, my dinner was it was in the shape of a hot dog, but it was hamburger meat, and it had a little bit of cheese inside of it. But each meal is like between 200 and 350 calories.
Okay.
So it's super reduced in your calories. And then I'm allowed certain snacks, but like if you look over there, I've got like a little fruit strip, and I can have almonds. But yeah, no, it's on workout days I eat more, but it's not that I'm trying to get bigger. I'm trying to get smaller here in my general midsection.
You're trying to lose the gut. like
Yeah.
me.
But yeah, I've been working out a lot harder, and that's been making me hungrier.
Mm-hmm.
But Sunday, my man, is a cheat day.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to make pancake balls,
Mm-hmm.
which is a ball of pancake.
Right.
They're hollow normally, but I'm putting Nutella inside of them.
Oh, wow. That actually sounds really good.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. And also something that I really want to make is edible cookie dough, which technically all cookie dough is
Yeah.
edible, but I mean the kind that you won't go to the hospital for.
Mm-hmm.
I've never gone to the hospital for eating raw cookie dough.
Neither have I.
But I have
my
had a
wife,
friend
who is actually sitting right next to me, has eaten raw cookie dough for God knows how long, and she's perfectly fine.
I have had a friend who did have to go to the hospital, and he said that one event was so horrible that he will not even touch it with his bare hands anymore.
Wow.
Like, that's how bad it was. And I was like, ooh. But, like, I make cookie dough all the time, and I eat it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that, you're just rolling those dice.
Yep.
I had a book come out.
You did? What's it called?
It's called Wall-E.
What's it about?
It's about a lovable robot that cleans up trash.
Ah.
And
Wait. That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
I've heard of that.
Pixar ripped me off about 10 years ago. No, it was when my dog Wally was, his condition was getting worse.
Yeah.
And I knew, oh man, I don't have that much longer with my dog. I wanted to write a story and make him a central character in it. It's not a Disney Pixar, like he doesn't talk, but he does. You do know what he's thinking,
Right?
The way that you do if you own a dog or if you have a dog, you know what they're thinking. You know when they look at you what they mean. But yeah, it's a survival horror, I guess I would say.
Right.
It's about a guy and his dog. They go off into the woods because they have a family cabin there, and they go on a hike deep into the woods, and they stumble across a government testing facility where they have been working on an illegal government testing facility where they've been working on a dangerous strand of rabies.
Wow.
And it has been released into the woods, so every animal that is around them is a potential threat. And the story is about this guy trying to protect his dog, and the dog trying to protect his guy.
Right.
So yeah, no, I wanted to make sure I had it finished before my dog died, and the book actually, I did finish it. The first draft was finished before he died, and then I had to let it sit for a while because I didn't want to go right back into reading about my dog. But then the book actually released this past Sunday, the 12th, which was the 1-year anniversary of the day he died.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a real pick me up.
Yeah. Well,
But
hey, here's to Wall-E.
Yeah, no, it is nice that he's captured, it, on paper. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, see, I knew you were working on it, and for the longest time, I thought that was going to be the sequel to Inhuman. I'm like, no, I don't think it is.
No, in the Inhuman sequel, I keep getting asked about, and it's the one that I'm like, oh yeah, I need to do that. But and I do. I have started working on it, and I got a pretty good chunk into it. But then I have other books as well. I just sent out to some alphas, and hey, Jennifer.
I don't think she can hear you. Who's Jennifer, by the way?
She's one of our regulars who is sitting in.
Oh, Jennifer. Okay.
But she's one of the people that read the. There's a story that I am about a little more than a quarter of the way through, and it's a longer book, and it's really fucking weird.
Okay.
Like it's a comedy, but it is a very weird story, and weird enough that I stopped at this point and I went, "This might be too fucking weird."
Yeah.
Like people might, go, I can't follow this anymore. So I posted something online. I said, hey, I just kind of want some people to read this, and knowing that it's a pre-alpha. This is like I haven't even finished the first draft. This is just me writing shit down. And let me know if this is too weird. And Jennifer was one of the people that read it, and she came back and said she really liked it.
Oh, good.
And that it wasn't too weird. She said it was a good type of weird. She was laughing, which is good. But when you get too close to something you're working on, and you suddenly don't know, am I being funny, or are people going to look at this and go, this dude's killing people?
Yeah.
I mean, I am killing people.
Yeah, I know. You're essentially a mass murderer.
Right. So anyway, your workout, is this for a specific reason? Do you have a doctor visit or?
I had a doctor visit. And
Did you really?
I just at the point where I need to start making changes in my life.
What did your doctor say?
I'm gonna die.
Did he say that?
Well, he said I got.
That's the only reason I want to be a doctor.
I actually went to the doctor today to get some test results, and he said I've got some bad news and some worse news.
Oh my!
The bad news is you've got 24 hours to live. The worst news is I was supposed to call you yesterday. But no, I'm diabetic and I have hypertension, and I need to control that. So
I thought diabetic meant it doesn't matter. You can eat whatever you want, and if someone brings cupcakes to the show, you can have 25 cupcakes.
No, it actually means the opposite.
That's what I learned from James.
But you can't. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
James literally comes in here with cookies, and I keep saying they're gonna take your foot.
They are,
and I'm gonna be in the hospital that night. Like I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone I know. So you want to come to Camp Gladiator with me?
You normally do it on Saturdays, don't you?
I do it this week. I did it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm doing it Saturday. But
how much is it?
You can come with me for free tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Is it going to kill me?
No, and here's why it won't kill you. You're going to be, it's all over Orlando. Camp Gladiator, not a sponsor. I will say, one of our other regulars here, I posted on Facebook because I had things that were good for a free month, and she jumped on it, and she just signed up.
Oh,
like
nice.
They call it going bold. But you won't die because it's going to be very difficult, and it's going to be really hard, and you're going to get to a point where you say, I have to stop and breathe for a minute. And then while everyone is exercising, you'll have people that'll motivate you and like cheer you on. Like I'll be there.
Right.
But then you will get back into it. Now, here's the other thing I'm not going to lie to you about. There's a good chance you'll throw up your first time. You won't necessarily throw up in front of people. You'll have that warning. You'll have that, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to walk behind this tree and throw up. Perfectly normal. Perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal.
My very first, it's called HIIT workout, HIIT, high intensity interval training. The very first time I did it, my friend Brittany was an instructor, a HIIT instructor at a different gym, and I went to it, and that was only like a 45-minute class. And I finished the class, and I'm stupid because I will like push myself because I'll like, look, Batman wouldn't stop, and then I'll push myself, and then I was like, all right, see you later. And as I get in my car, I'm driving away, and I'm like, man, I don't feel good. And I stopped.
This is why you're not one of their sponsors.
I stopped at a traffic light, and I was just sitting in the car, and I was like, I'm fine. Okay, I'm fine. If I have a heart attack, I'll roll into the car in front of me. They're going to stop. They're not going to get out of my way and let this car just ghost down the road with me dying in it. But no, so I was like, I don't feel very good. Here it comes. Opened up the door. Immediately felt better. And then I called Brittany, and I was like, I threw up. And she's like, good for you. And then last year when I injured my shoulder, I was out for about 3 to 4 months. And when I went back to my first one after that, sure as shit threw up again. But that was it. It's really just the first time.
See, now I'm terrified.
Don't be terrified. Because if you like it, it is something that will change you in a good way. I mean, like, listen, I went 5 days this week is what I'm doing. And I went twice yesterday. Yesterday, I went at 6:30 a.m. because our regular, she was coming then, like as her second one. She was going to sign up then. And she didn't show up to that one because she got sidetracked with something else. So I did that workout, crazy hard workout. And then I ran errands with Burnett all day. And I work out with, there are a lot of people that I've become friends with through this. And that's the thing that I think makes it important, is that it's more like a community. And we, they messaged me and they're like, hey, are you coming to the 5:15, the PM? And I was like, you know what? I think I will. And then 30 minutes into that workout, I was like, this was a bad idea. Yeah, if you ever want to go, let me know. And like I said, it's no one will give you shit for stopping and going, I need to breathe.
Right.
Like no one will give you shit for that. Or if you are winded and you just want to get up and walk around, no one will give you shit. The most that'll happen is a trainer will come over to you and go, hey, do you need a second? What do you like? How can I help? Do you need a modification? And they'll work with you.
Okay.
But does your watch track your calories?
No, it doesn't.
I track my calories for those workouts between 900 and 1,000 calories that I burn in that hour. So
that is pretty cool.
I'm totally I will hold your hair back when you throw up. No, we don't have to talk about that. That's
I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow, but
you know what? If you keep putting it off, you're never going to do it.
Yeah,
and you don't have to join.
That's the goal. So
yeah, but it is an intense workout, but there are intense results. And I like I said, I've been doing it for coming up on 2 years now, but I was out for that 4 months, and some of the people that I work out with, I've seen like big transformations.
Wow, how much does it cost to join? Because we've already got a gym membership.
Right.
We already have a membership to the Y.
It depends on, I don't want to say a number because I could be wrong.
Or you could just tell me later.
But it depends on if you sign up for a year or 2 years, or they'll occasionally run specials too. But I know, like, I don't even know what they're charging me.
Okay. That's fine.
But anyway. So what's next for you? What are you working on?
Really, just me, just trying to be healthier. That's
Who's
really
paying
it.
you for that? Who's
No
paying
one.
you to work on you?
No one is.
No, I mean work-wise, what are you up to?
Oh, still at the same place.
Yeah.
Doing this, and occasionally I do Capone's.
Capones.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to look at other things.
Like what? If you could not perform, what would you want to do?
Oh God. Honestly,
I think that job is taken.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I did retail for years before I got into performing, and never want to go back into that again.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Honestly,
unless
I don't
you
know.
work in retail, and then you have that working in retail is the hardest job of them all.
No, it's not.
Harder than being a mother.
No. Oh God. I Todd said that, not me.
Who is it? There's a comedian that said that the women say raising a child is the hardest job of all. He's like, yeah, say that to a guy working on a roof in July. Your kid took an extra 20 minutes to take a nap. You got some guy digging a ditch. Or girl. Yeah, but if you couldn't perform, retail's off the table. What do you want to do?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if I'd be happy.
I mean, you're not going to just blow your brains out.
No.
Your life insurance won't pay that out.
No, I wouldn't. I'm too much of a wuss to blow my brains out.
Yeah.
I'd probably take like sleeping pills or something.
And that's why, yeah, but you
go
can't.
Peaceful and quietly.
Just screw the
you
rest
know, like
of your
a
family.
real man. Listen, I got like life insurance and retirement stuff. They're fine.
Will your life insurance pay out on a suicide?
Well, if it's made to look like something else.
So you'd commit
suicide.
suicide.
I know my wife is thinking that.
You'd commit suicide and make it look like a murder, and therefore your wife gets arrested because there is no real killer. They're like, she's the only one. Your kids end up in foster care. Your wife's in prison.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think that through very well, now did I?
There was a guy who killed himself. This is going to be a dark podcast.
Ironic enough, the last podcast I was at with you, it was just you and me, and it was a dark podcast.
There was a guy who killed himself by tying a noose around his neck and tying it to like a light pole, or like a light post outside, and then he got in his car and gunned it, and his head popped right off. But I mean, how mad at yourself do you have to be that that's the way you want to go? And
very mad.
And here's my problem with that. Like, if you want to kill yourself, fine, go for it. Like, as long as that's what you want to do, you can do it. But don't jeopardize other people, because now that car is just crazy spinning off down the road because your corpse is just gunning it. And you hit like a family of 12. There was a guy in New York. This is horrible, but
and
man,
yet you're laughing
the
about
balls on this guy. He wanted, like, he got a divorce, and I guess it was a messy divorce, and there was a piece of property, like a warehouse space, that he wanted, and his wife fought him for it because she knew he wanted it. It was just like an empty warehouse, and she won it in the divorce. So he blew himself up in the warehouse. And
now he haunts it.
Well, shrapnel from the glass of the warehouse ended up, there was like some young girl walking outside and just sliced up her face. And I was like, yeah, what? You couldn't just do this yourself? You had to ruin someone else's life?
See? Sleeping pills. There you go.
Sleeping pills, and then go about my job flying that plane like I do every day.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think I might have said this on the podcast that no matter how I die, if I strike it rich somehow, no matter how I die, all of my fortune, 50% of my fortune, is for the investigation as to who killed me. There was a murderer. I want someone to go down for this.
Is the other 50% for Renette's lawyer?
No, the other 50% is the reward for finding my killer. There was a joke about a guy who was diagnosed with cancer, and his son is there with him when he gets the news from the doctor, and he hugs his son, says, "Let's go get a drink." Walks to his local bar where all of his friends are there, and he says, "Well, boys, Doc says I got AIDS." And the son takes him aside and goes, "Dad, Doc said you had cancer." He goes, "Shh, you think I'm one of these assholes fucking your mother?"
Oh, God, we do really get dark, don't we?
We did a podcast one night. Oh, we could do this real quick, you and me. We did a podcast one night where it was, I will give you a person, and you have to describe the murder that they commit to you.
Wait, you're going to give me a person I have to describe how they are going to kill me?
Like I give you the situation, and then you describe how you die.
Okay.
Like, for example, when we did this before, Ali was there. It was me, Ali, and Ed. And Ali said, "My daughter," which I don't have a daughter. So now I had to, that I know of.
Yeah.
So I had to come up with a scenario that my daughter kills me. So I will give you a scenario. I will give you two things to work into your murder. I will say Fruit Loops and the Postman. So this is Kenny's murder involving Fruit Loops and the Postman.
The postman is very upset with me because every year I never leave him anything for Christmas. He's been delivering my mail for years and years, and not once have I ever left him anything for Christmas.
I got to stop you there and say, you deserve this.
I do. I'm not going to argue that. So anyway, there's a package.
He's Jewish. My
He's Jewish, exactly.
I thought I was doing the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. So did I. So there's a package on my doorstep one day, and it's from my postman. And he says, there's a little note on there that says, "I know you like these. Merry Christmas." And I open them, and it's a box of Fruit Loops.
Aww.
Like, oh my God, this guy really knew my favorite cereal. So I pour myself a bowl, and I'm eating it, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm sitting there thinking, I think to myself, wait a minute. How does this guy know I like Fruit Loops? I've never met him. I don't even know his name. And I'm sitting there eating, trying to figure out how he knows it. And all of a sudden, I just start to feel weird. I start to feel, like sick, like my stomach is in knots. And all of a sudden, I just throw up. And I keep throwing up, and I look at the throw up, and it's like, and it's red. And I'm thinking,
Fruit Loops.
It's not that much red in these Fruit Loops. And
right.
I realize it's my blood. He poisoned the Fruit Loops. And all I can think of is, son of a bitch, I really should have gotten him a Christmas present. And then I fall face into the bowl of milk, and I'm dead.
All right. Tanya, you good with that? How he died to your husband?
She's good.
In
it's
a
because
bowl of Fruit Loops.
she loves it because she doesn't have to do anything.
Right. Are you saying she's lazy?
I am saying
I know
she's
how you're
lazy.
actually going to die. She's going to murder you. All right. Do me.
All right. Yep. Oh, let's say one of our regulars. Your pick.
Okay.
Whoever you want.
All right.
And a neti pot.
All right. I'll say Josh because he's right here.
Okay.
And a neti pot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I have just inherited a home. A lawyer shows up at my house and says, "You've inherited this home from your great Uncle Carl." And I'm like, "I don't have an Uncle Carl, but this is a big-ass house." And he's the only stipulation is you have to stay in here for one night, and then it's yours. And I was like, does that really happen all that often? And he's like, more than you would expect. So I go to the house, and it's real creepy, and I walk in, and the wind is blowing outside, and it's whistling by the windows, and it sounds like this really high-pitched laugh. That's the one right there.
Like that?
Like that, yeah. And I'm like, ooh, it gave me a chill. Anyway, I walk in, and the house is very empty, but there's a fireplace. So I go to light a fire, and I think, you know what would be really good on this fire? Some matzo ball soup. Oh, he didn't laugh as loud that time. There it is. So I heard the laugh again. I turn around, and I'm like, that wasn't the wind. That was Chewbacca. I'm not being racist. That's his Twitter handle.
Nope, you're just being oh, never mind.
It's his.
Okay.
He's allowed to.
Okay.
He was chosen. There it is again. So I take a candle, because there's no electricity in this house. Very cheap. And I start walking down the hall. And in the bathroom, door's wide open, and there's a neti pot. And I was like, oh, well, come to think of it, I am a little congested right now. So I fill up the neti pot with some water. You're not really supposed to use tap water, but you know what? This is a horror film. I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Everyone makes bad decisions there. I put a little bit of salt in there, and then I tilt my nose over the sink, because it's an old school gravity-fed neti pot, and I pour, and as snot shoots out of my other nostril, I hear this little scurrying behind me. And then I turn around, and I don't see anything. So I go to the other nostril. Again, there's a little bit of blockage, and then snot just shoots out, and then scurrying. I spin around. There's nothing. And then I hear that laugh one more time. And I close the mirror, and suddenly he's there. He's shirtless. His full body is just covered in hair. He just keeps laughing. And for some reason, he has a bar of soap, and he's just dry rubbing it over his entire body. And he never stops laughing. And that's the last thing I hear. Yeah.
Legitimately, I'm going to send this podcast to people. They're gonna
No, I've always said you'd make a good Joker. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. We should wrap this up.
Yeah,
We've got a show to do.
we do.
Kenneth,
Yes.
what did you learn tonight?
I've learned it is amazing how dark you and I could get when we're doing a podcast.
And I've learned something tonight, too.
What's that?
I've learned that if you have an uncle that's not really an uncle, someone you've never heard of, but you're told you inherited a house, don't go. All right, we're Mama's Comedy Show. We're here every Friday night at 10 p.m. Call 407-363-1985. Find us on Instagram. Oh, shit. What is our Mama's Instagram? It is, I'll tell you. It is, hold on. Don't rush me. Mama's Comedy Show.
Okay. Well, there you go. Mama's
search-
Comedy Show on Instagram.
Search Mama's Comedy Show on Instagram. We're going to start using it in the show tonight.
Okay.
That'll be a change that happens tonight.
Oh, we're not doing the Facebook thing anymore?
We're going to try this, see how it works. I think
Okay.
the Instagram thing will be more fun.
Okay.
Also, do you have Instagram, Hal? You need to download Instagram. You got to flex on the IG, as the kids are saying. Take pictures of your food, dick pics, whatever you got to do.
Mostly dick pics.
Mine is mostly dick pics. But I dress it up in little outfits. It's adorable. I dress him up as a farmer, and I put him next to my veggies. So, find us on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at Todders, Todders, or on Duty Poo Poo on Xbox Live, DOODIEPOOPOO Kenny. Where is you?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Xbox Live at KJardine27.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
Look at how you did that.
Yeah.
Also, find me on Amazon and buy my books. Wally just came out. I would say that one's probably PG-13-ish, whereas all of my other ones are pretty dark R's. But this one is also the cheapest, just because I wanted the story of my doggy to be out there.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.